Freddy's chief method of trying to kill us was that he would steal our empty wine bottles from the trash, of which there were many, as Helen and I loved to drink. And he would take the empty wine bottles and he would plant them one by one, lying on their sides, randomly, up and down the stairs, hoping that Helen and I, on one of our many trips down to the bathroom, would step on an empty wine bottle and it would roll out from under our feet, causing us to plunge down the stairs and break our necks. Helen and I became very careful and were constantly on the lookout for booby traps on the stairs. It was truly amazing that Freddy was able to plant these empty wine bottles on the stairs without making a sound, because the stairs creaked horribly. No one, not even a cat, could make it up or down those stairs without making them creak horribly, but Freddy was able to do so. He had a special method for accomplishing this. First, he would remove all his clothes. Then he would walk up the stairs on tiptoe, balancing very carefully on the outer edge of each step, naked, with his arms and hands splayed out and pressed up against the turning of the wall, trying to transfer all his weight to the wall and to walk up the wall like a fly would. To see Freddy like that, naked, walking up the wall, was truly to witness the most dread and awe-inspiring of acts. I caught Freddy in the midst of this act many times. I would walk out into the hall, and there he would be, naked, pressed up against the wall, and always he was so concentrated on what he was doing that he wouldn't even notice me, and I would just stand there frozen dead in my tracks. And then I would back into my room and let the door shut behind me. To see Freddy like that, naked, walking up the wall, was truly to witness the most magical and forbidden of acts. Freddy never, ever entered or left the house through the front door. He seemed to have this superstitious terror of the front door, which I'm convinced had something to do with his Cabalistic studies. Instead, he would go down to the sub-cellar and he would climb up this set of old rusted iron rungs that led to this old iron trap door that led out under the front stoop of the house. I believe it was the old coal chute. On very rare occasions, I would catch glimpses into Freddy's room, which was truly a strange sight. His room was stark white and almost completely empty, with one single exposed light bulb dangling from the middle of the ceiling. But all round the room, all the walls were covered from floor to ceiling with wooden shelves, and on all the wooden shelves were row upon row of Maxwell House coffee jars, row upon row of them, all perfectly arranged and perfectly spaced from floor to ceiling, and all the Maxwell House coffee jars were filled to the brim with a jet black liquid. And in the center of the room was a lectern, and on the lectern was a huge open book, I assume the Kabbalah.